Okay, welcome back again. We are with the Houston Cougars here at Big 12 Media today, joined by Coach Sampson, Emanuel Sharp, Milo Shuzan, and Ramon Walker Jr. Gentlemen, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Very good.
And it's okay, Coach.
My bad.
A
Thanks,
quick
Mike.
turnover. First turnover of the day. It's fine. Yeah. That's all right. Coach, the first question I have for you is this is a little bit of a coach speak question, but when you don't have often, really ever in your program, the turnover. I mean, you've talked about that a lot, and that's for a reason, and you've talked about that reason. When you bring in, a handful of very talented freshmen, mixed with that veteran group, how do you coach quickly without losing sight of those guys who are still trying to figure it out?
I don't coach quickly. You can't coach quick. I don't even know what coach quickly means. What the hell?
I just made it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's no baseline here. I know you want to usually put me on the sideline for asking a bad
I'd
question.
probably have you run for that one.
Yeah.
No, just sometimes I think we do a disservice for blowing things out of proportion. We had a secret scrimmage the other day, and I got people coming up asking me about how you guys are. I see you guys struggled the other day. Struggled at what? I mean, what was it we struggled with? Did you see the game? No. I played 13 guys the first half. If I do it again, I would have played 13 guys the second half. The only reason we didn't, we needed to play more. We're so focused on stars and blowing kids up. The three best players on our team is Milos, Emanuel, and Jojo. That's it. The other guys have a long way to go. Ramon was on the Elite Eight team that beat Illinois, the Big Ten champion, beat Arizona, the Pac-12 champion, and then lost to Villanova to go to another Final Four. But those teams just earned it and kind of toiled in anonymity somehow. But all three of those kids are talented. I don't think either one of them is in a position to impact winning a game right now. Not very many freshmen are. So they're set up for failure from the beginning because we've all blown them out to be something they're not. CNAC is going to be good. We're going to start his journey for him. Now, the NBA probably will finish it. We're just going to start it. He's going to be a really good player. Might be 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Same with Jarris Walker. Jarris was a good player. Most guys don't even remember him. But everybody went crazy when you signed him and built him up to be the next coming of whoever. I should start throwing around old guys' names to screw with you young journalists. You guys ever heard of Chet Walker? How about Billy Cunningham? Does anybody know what the starting lineup for the 76ers were when they won the NBA championship?
Open.
Come on now.
Does anybody? Nobody?
Anybody ever heard of Hal Greer? How about Wally Jones? Luke Jackson. Luke Jackson's grandson is one of my four freshmen. Luke Jackson. Wilt Chamberlain, Billy Cunningham. That's a hell of a team. You guys never heard of them. But you heard of Chris Senack and Darren Peterson and A.J. DeBansa. Well, those guys aren't nearly as good as those other guys. I'm just throwing some levity, guys.
That's great. I could take it.
That's all right.
That's fine.
All right. No worries.
No worries. Milos, this is. I want to ask you because Coach mentioned obviously a name that is well known in Big 12 nationally. Jojo Tugler. Okay, we're gonna talk about him. We're gonna show some film on him in a second, because I think it's really important. As a guy who averaged let's just under 6 a game, all-conference player, defensive player of the year in the Big 12. What's it like playing with a guy like Jojo?
I love it. I love playing with Jojo. I know what he brings every day. He's super competitive. He's all about winning. And shoot, so am I. So I just really enjoy playing with him on the offensive end and defensive end. Yeah, I mean, shoot, he's exciting. He's super exciting.
Well, let's go to the film off of that because I'd like you to help me break this down just a little bit. And this is, everybody talks about JoJo's defense and rebounding, and as they should. He's the best defender in the country. But this is him offensively, and I love the fact that how much he moves, keeps his hands ready. So go ahead and run it. And Jojo is always moving, always looking to screen. I love this. And you actually correct him on this play. So there's Jojo, and he's going to pop out here in a second. So go ahead and run it. And you guys probably even remember this play. And so when they get the post entry, right, you get the back screen. He looks to screen again, but Milos, you tell him, nope, go back. Go back. And he sets, you guys get a little page action, the back screen into the DHO. Jojo gets a great little bump off the DHO, but that short roll, hands ready, always moving, feet chopping, ready to go. It's got to give you so much confidence as a point guard and as a passer to have a guy like that.
Yeah. Nah, Jojo's got a great feel. I mean, I feel like that wasn't even me really correcting him or anything. I think he was just playing off instincts. And that's one thing I think Jojo does really well. Just he has great instincts.
Emanuel, wanted to talk about your offseason a little bit. Not the old stuff, but talking about the work that you put in. I mean, so much of Houston basketball is about player development, especially when it comes to the strength conditioning program. What was that offseason like for you to get yourself ready?
Just doing the right things, eating the right things, drinking a lot of water. I just tried to, be in the best shape possible so I could, lead the right way for these new guys. Because they need somebody to show them the way, along with Milos, Jojo, Mo. They need guys to be ahead of them, to help them, to bring them along. Because I know what it's like to be in their position. They're looking for guidance. They've never been here before. So, they need people, to help bring them along. So, what better the way than to lead by example, being the first in the sprints, being up there in the front of the mile times. That shows them that, the leaders, want to lead, and, it shows the way for them.
Ramon, I'll put you on the spot a little bit. We say the word culture, it's just gets super overused. I mean, when you're not really in it every day to day, how are you supposed to really comprehend what you guys go through and do and have? Is there an example of how you would best describe what it's like playing for Houston basketball?
I wouldn't really say there's an example. I'd just say that you'd have to be in it, and you have to experience it to know what it's actually like. Coach holds us to a standard, and every day we come in ready to work, and every day he's going to hold us to that standard, and he expects us to get up to that standard with him every single day, and I feel like that's what our culture is about. He expects great attitude, he expects great effort, and if you don't bring that every day, that's where accountability comes in, and he's going to hold that to you every time. So I feel like that's what Houston's culture is about.
Well, that was a pretty good answer, Coach, I feel like.
Yeah, you asked the right guy.
There you go. What is the when you say great players want to be held accountable, why and how do you do that?
Well, I think it starts with their character. I know Milos' mother and father. I know Ramon's mother and father. And I know Emanuel's mother and father. We recruit from a foundation of family. My son, my daughter, my former players, my former managers. We only probably have one guy on our staff that either didn't work for us at Houston or play for me somewhere else. That's just the way we decided to do it. Doesn't mean it's the best way. It's just our way. But I don't think that you can coach the way I coach unless you have really, really good kids. Because of all the things we've accomplished Probably the most amazing thing is we've only had 4 kids transfer in 11 years. I think that speaks to how our staff, how we evaluate, what we look for in a player. But they're just great kids. Milos and Ramon, Emanuel, you see these 3. But I could take any 3 others and say the same thing. The 3 freshmen, I mean, they're going through it right now. But the reason they're getting better is because of their character. Immature kids don't handle adversity very well. They tend to point fingers or play the blame game. We don't allow that. If you don't want to be coached this way, and I told them this when we were recruiting them, I was talk to the kids on the team. Coaches are going to tell you what you want to hear probably most of the time, but the players will tell you what you need to hear. So we've had parents ask for other parents' phone numbers, and we let them. I don't know what they talk about. I have no idea. I know the kids that come and visit talk to these guys all the time. I don't know what they ask them. I don't know what to talk about. But, a lot of times when they commit, the feedback was, I just like the vibe you guys have with your players. So I don't even know what a great recruiter is today because of NIL. It's almost like if you got the most money, you can get this or you can get that. And maybe we are old-fashioned. I don't know. These guys probably could get more money if they went somewhere else. But I think we're a throwback in that we have kids that really want to work. Not the other schools don't. One of the things that I've enjoyed about being in the Big 12 is watching these new coaches come in and see the success they're having, like what Kelvin is doing at BYU. I think that's great for our conference. That's exciting. It injects a little something for the league. What Coach Lutz is doing at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's a bedrock program in the Big 12. Always has been. And we need Oklahoma State to be good in this conference. Kansas has set a bar in this league that maybe nobody will ever reach. That's how dominant they've been. I told someone today that I thought the best program in America was with the greatest traditions was Kansas. And that's our bell cow. And we need Kansas to be great. Every conference has a school they need to be great, like in the ACC, whether it's North Carolina or Duke. Those are nothing against other schools, but that's their bell cows. We have one bell cow in this conference, and it's Kansas. They've had the most success, and they've done it the longest. And it gives everybody a bar to reach. And maybe you won't, but at least you know what's out there. So I think the Big 12 is probably the best it's ever been. And I think Brett Yormark has a lot to do with that. He's taught us all something. He comes in those head coaches meetings in the summer. He's probably the only administrator I've ever looked forward to hearing talk, because he don't talk like the other ones. He's got a path. He's got something tangible that he's working toward that includes us. So it's a good time. It's a great time to be in the Big 12 Conference. I see good things ahead. I see so many exciting young coaches that are going to be around long after I'm gone, obviously. But it's exciting to watch it from afar, and this should be an unbelievable year for the Big 12.
Well, thanks for holding the media accountable, Coach. I appreciate it. And fellas, thank you so much for being here, and good luck this season.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
Thank you.